We are moving through the book of Jonah, and we are taking our own sweet time in the first few verses of this minor prophet. Years ago, when I was doing some writing for magazines, you would get paid by the word count. And so editors were often, if you were being verbose, they would say, you've padded the word count here. You're adding words to get paid more. I feel a little guilty of that right now, but there's so much good stuff, important stuff at the beginning here. I want to be sure that we understand it. Jonah, a prophet of God, has been called and given an assignment. For the first time in the history of the Jews, there's a prophet that's been sent outside the walls of Israel. He's supposed to go to this foreign land. And he didn't want to do it, so he's gotten on a boat and he's running away. He's going the opposite direction that he's supposed to be going. And we get now that God stops this. The King James uses the word hurl. He's going to, I love it. The Lord hurled a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were afraid, which is noteworthy because sailors are generally not afraid of storms. They've been through storms, but they're afraid here, which suggests that this is a uniquely bad storm. So they cry out to their own gods, and they start to throw cargo into the sea to lighten the ship, which is code for we're throwing money overboard. The money's not going to be worth anything because we think we're going to die, so we would rather not make any money on this trip because of what's happened, then we would play the odds. So they don't think they're going to survive. So God has sent this storm in order to get Jonah's attention. And I just want to note, you could find yourself right now in a storm. And you could just be like one of these sailors. It's not actually your fault. A lot of people, when things are going wrong, they feel like God is trying to punish them. And look, maybe, but for the most part, the punishment is just the results of the sin. So God is telling us not to do stupid things. Sin is self-destructive behavior. He's telling us not to do this because it's not going to work. Don't lie, in part because other people get hurt, but in part because if you lie, then you develop the reputation of being a liar, and then nobody trusts you, and your life stops working, right? And so you suffer because of things that you've done wrong. So generally, that's the way sin works. Now, this is a broken world, and the book of Job suggests there's lots of other things that could be in play, and sometimes it's just the fact that we are around other people. The storm has been sent for other people. So look, there's a lot going on. It can be hard to understand what's going on. If bad things are happening, it is worth asking whether or not this is the result. It's worth listening to God to see whether or not what's happening is your fault or not. So here, the irony is the sailors are all above deck and they're all preparing to die and they're throwing things overboard. Jonah is below ground and sleeping, below deck and sleeping. And so they go get him and they bring him up and they do this thing where they're gonna cast lots to see who's guilty of what's going on. This is their method, and the lots are going to fall on Jonah, and he is going to say, "Yes, I'm trying to run away from the God, and this God is the creator of heaven and earth. He's the creator of the land. He's the creator of the sea." In other words, there's no getting away from this God. We're not going to sail out of his little area of concern and get away from him. He is the God of everything. And so this is horrible news. And as you will see, they're gonna take action at Jonah's request that is going to be an effort to calm the storm, which is in fact what's going to happen. So understand that the challenges that you may be facing right now may or may not be of your own doing, but God is bigger than the circumstances, and he can be shaping all the stuff that's going on. And you have no reason to ever think that sailing away to Joppa or wherever to try and get away from God is going to work. We cannot outrun God. You cannot outrun God. I cannot outrun God. We cannot run from God. It's not going to work. Have a good day.